Goonies. Welcome. After a month of the Evergreen State, Washington, I will be crossing the border into Oregon. Oregon is home to Astoria, the home of the Goonies. I'm a gooner. I love gooning off. Long weekends sitting on the couch doing nothing but going for a good goon sesh. The Goonies is like the modern day Stranger Things. I like my women like I like Stranger Things. 11. If Stranger Things was created in Britain, it would be called A Bit Odd, isn't it? We are going to explore all of the Oregon coast, Haystack Rock, Astoria, all in the name of finding One-Eyed Willie's treasure. Departing from the poorly named Cape D trailhead, Cape Disappointment, we're going a couple miles up here to Dead Man's Cove. This is gonna be the first time we put our feet in the Pacific. Being a Goonie is about being into what you're being into. Top 5 furries. Number 5, Judy Hopps. Number 4, Sandy Cheeks. The weather is supposed to lighten up midday. We're looking at some sun. So I think we'll go through Astoria then. I'll show you guys my escapades at that time. But for the morning, I'm gonna soak in the clouds. A lot of people don't know this, but I was arrested for smurfing in ranked competitions. This Goonie life is no joke. It's like, so what, I play Ink-a-Dink with my bronies. Goonies never die.
Look, if we keep going, someone's really gonna get hurt. Maybe dead. Besides, we gotta get to the police.
Maybe Chunk already got to the police.
Maybe Chunk is dead.
Don't say that. Never say that. Goonies never say die.
There's actually a guy in there. Y'all ever seen that cursed movie, The Lighthouse? It would appear that the Coast Guard has upgraded their accommodations. Because right over here, we could see where the old lighthouse guard would live. It's not looking too glamorous. Shee! You too would get possessed by the spirit of a seagull living in there.
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Astoria, beautiful town. Can't knock it. The only thing it's missing, a little truffle shuffle. We are now at the remains of Fort Stevens, the westernmost point on the Columbia River. I think we gotta go in. Goes to the left. There's batteries, old hospitals, and maybe Bucky Barnes. Open up. Military police. Fort Stevens is now out of commission. However, this protected Oregon during World War II. Few people know this. Oregon is the only United States state that was attacked by the Japanese. So people from Oregon had to hide out in these very bunkers. Hurry up! The Japs are coming! Big structure over there. Now here closer to the water, we have some more of the World War II style ruins. And it's getting dark. Some of y'all, you ain't really about that Goonie life. We out here gooning IRL. That was my defibrillator. Let's see if we can pump this light on. This is going way deep. Wow. I think it said this connected to the hospital. And it goes in multiple directions. Blast door. Looks like a dead end. Let's try this way. The Oregon back rooms. Out here gooning day and night. You guys couldn't goon as hard as me even if you tried. Astoria, beautiful town. 10,000 people. Somewhat of a dead end, but it is the original home to the Astor fortune, Astoria. The more you know. And Oregon, the only state to be bombed by the Japs in World War II. This was an amazing stop. Now we'll try to go to the 1800s part of the fort. Got a little pillbox here. Triple gun. Need a whole bunch of bananas to hold down this one. One more part of the fort to be explored. Another narrow passageway, which will likely lead to a corridor of death. What? Here we are, the Fort Stevens battery. Hopefully it works better than these GoPro batteries. We already lost a ton of footage. The main event, I said this is like a Nazi zombies map. Hit the music. Fine box. So the whole thing here is a gigantic earthwork said to have been built in 1812. We are going to continue further down the coast of Oregon. I'm hoping to do a little bit of backcountry camping this evening. So we'll hit the next state park. Hopefully get to see this earthwork from above. Oh yeah, baby. The Columbia River. You can basically see where we were before. And I think it's about time, boys. Enough of the banana gun. Let's load up this cannon and fire on that ship. Look at that thing's beard. Echola State Park. Trailhead is packed. We are 1 mile away from our first Pacific Ocean campout. Not a whole lot of sunlight under here in the land of fallen giants. We basically walk up this creek for a mile, a couple 100 feet of elevation, and then we should be able to crest over, see the ocean. I tell as old as time, Beauty and my Shmee. We made it here to the crest. It would appear the trail goes down another 300 feet for the view of the Pacific. But this could be us tonight. Some nice cabins. I will say, the only downside with sleeping in these is that every 10 minutes people come by and then walk in like you're a living museum exhibit. Not that that bothers me. Oh my God! There's a lighthouse out there. You could hear the seals barking from it. We have made it. Definitely gonna post up camp over here. There's some smaller spots we're not gonna have a view of the ocean, but we will be here for a nice Pacific sunset. Time for another backcountry cooking experience with Beatnik, the Michelin star chef. Here in my beachfront villa, need a little roofing work done. Can't get those damn contractors on the phone. We are eating some Pacific Northwest ramen, Thai peanut sauce, Safeway tuna, bone apple teeth. As my demi-glaze renders, I sit pondering this quip. If the future is fluid, so too could be the past. Potentially, all world cultures telling the same story. Could be a fluid history. As I look across the Pacific, I see a Chinese emperor ruling the Pacific Northwest. There's always a story about Eden, a flood, a savior needing to come back. Is the history as fluid as the future? Weather changes quick out here. Hope we don't get dumped on tonight. I present to you a Thai peanut demi-glaze ramen on the Pacific Northwest coast. Day number 1 in Oregon. Where we went today, Fort Stevens. That's where Lewis and Clark ended their big gay walk. Took them long enough. We went along their pathway in Montana and such. I think something big has to happen here. Lewis and Clark, all the way from St. Louis, here, they met Sacagawea along the way. I can't even meet a one-toothed hooker. I propose that I will renounce goonership. That's right, boys. We tantric. No more gooning. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen the movie The Goonies. This ramen makes me feel like Data. Remember the little Asian guy? He had the dentures on a sling. It's genius. Some of you know I'm active in the pickup artist community. I've got the data to find out how to date you. Morning Gooners. It was a cold, damp night, and we are back at it. Today, we will be visiting Cannon Beach, Oregon. Most famous beach on the Pacific Northwest coast. But first, I found something in the woods up here that you're gonna like. For some reason, in the middle of the woods here, there's a bunker. Like a fully built out bunker. You got air holes, pillboxes. Maybe there's a way inside. Gentlemen, we found a way in. A World War II bunker. And it's big. Oh my God. I'm thinking this is where those little chimneys were. In this area, unexplored. They have these grooves in the ground. So you can move the guns along them. And just the thought that this would be pitch black otherwise is always a little bit spooky. Final room. Beautiful. Pretty good stop. Pretty terrifying to wake up to. Oh, refreshing off-site after a cold, wet night. We are gonna have to yard sale at some point today. Hang out all of our stuff to let it dry. But then we get to see Cannon Beach. This is Indian Beach. That we going. Fellas, we are almost at the one and only Cannon Beach. And in the distance you can see Haystack Rock. Iconic! Also here, filmed was Point Break. Should I go Keanu Chungus on this one? Let's just drop the whole Goonies thing mid-ep. Haystack Rock. feel like a new man. One day, no Goonies. This is the surf town of Manzanita. We're gonna be passing through. Might see Keanu Chungus on our way. I'm seeing reboot potential. Keanu Chungus and Sloth have to teach Chunk how to surf. Favorite campsite yet for 3 beaches today. Tunnel Point, Hug Point, and then the town where we'll be ending, Tillamook. From seas to trees, we finally made it to the Pacific, boys. And let me be honest, what's the point of an ocean that you can never go in? The water's always like 50 degrees. That's why I'm really excited for the California coast, but this East Coaster has made it to Tunnel Beach. I do not know how far this goes. I think I'm already seeing light. Yes, flashlights will be unnecessary unless we want to break a toe. Whoa. This, gentlemen, is where we find One-Eyed Willie's treasure. From Keanu Chungus, Point Break the Matrix, all the way to Data. I got the data to date ya, to Chunk, to Sloth. Wow. And on the other side of the darkness, you got another one of these Edenic beaches all to yourself. Not that you could go swimming in it or anything. You know what we're about to do? About to post up, hit Hug Point, and then we ended at Tillamook. It's been fun! Stopped at this random area, and we're in freaking Arrakis. Bro, there's sand dunes out here. Oregon, what the hell is going on? Holy crap. Enemy sandheads hiding out there. I've been in Afghanistan for 14 years. I feel like I can smell. It's made of sand, right? Cavers be like, all right, everybody, we're about to enter Slinkman's butthole. This squeeze can only be done if you circumcise your penis. Here at Hug Point, about to see a gigantic falls. Loving it. SpongeBob, get back to work. We've got some decent caveage here at Hug Point. I do not have my lights on me. Seems like a single layer. Yeah, this is a big post up. Oregon be holding out. I can smell it. One-Eyed Willie's treasure is just around the corner. My denim shirt got soaked this morning, but I was hoping to look like a cult leader this week. Denim on denim. We've got one more stop, Tillamook, Oregon. And next week, boys, we're going to war. Portland. Make sure to be there. Sub up, like up, and I hope you had fun.